Well, kids, pack up the car, kiss grandma goodbye. We're heading back to the Disney grooming factory where they're at it once again.
I'm here as a mother of two queer children, actually, one transgender child, one pansexual child.
No, shut up, bitch!
In a galaxy far, far away, a long time ago, there were dudes who liked to feel pretty. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this, yes, mentally ill stormtroopers wearing Skittle flags.
Excuse me, it's ma'am!
So taste a rainbow.
And taste the motherfucking rainbow!
If not, you're a bigot.
Everything's under control. Situation normal. Fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
But it's what's next. Hey, happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen. Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose. The weekend's here. Long week. Bad week for a lot of people. But anyway, I'm going to try and lighten it up a bit. We're going to go to Disney Star Wars. How's that for lightening up? Yeah, you guys are like, oh shit, here we go again. Well, then you would have guessed right. The Disney Grooming Factory is as known because it's no longer the happiest place on earth, and it hasn't been for quite a while. Has no problem shoving garbage down your throats. Has no problem pushing agendas down your throats, aka indoctrination. Well, we've done it in the movies. We've done it on Disney Plus. Why can't we do it in graphic novels? Well, if you didn't think that could happen, you're wrong, my friends. You're wrong. Because the graphic novels have a new character. Yes, have a new character. No, Darth Vader's not gay yet. No, Luke Skywalker's not gay yet. Han Solo hasn't gone trans yet. But, speaking of trans, Stormtroopers have. Yes. Yes, they have. And here we go. This comes out of Breitbart. Disney adds trans mental stormtrooper to Star Wars after Bob Iger vowed to dial down the culture wars. This coming from John Nolte. Yes, that's what it is. A trans mental woman, a trans mental man named Sista, who wears armor painted in the colors of the trans Skittles flag, is the latest stormtrooper added to the increasingly insufferable and stupid Star Wars universe. Quote, roughly 2 years after the character was introduced, reports abounding in the comics. A newly released Star Wars encyclopedia has provided audiences with their first official look at the franchise's first ever transmental clone trooper. So much for Bob Iger to bow down to quiet the noise. The Secrets of the Clone Troopers includes a first look at Sista, a trans woman clone trooper. Rex's description of Sister in the book reads, when one of our kinds expresses her gender identity differently than her fellow stormtroopers, she vowed to have to hide to who she is. Well, wrong. She's a dude, so it's he. Anyway. Sista was first introduced to Star Wars young adult novel Queen of Hope. What we know, according to the report, is that he served alongside of Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Commander Cody in the Clone Wars. Once held some reservations about whether the Jedi would accept his trans status. We also know that dialogue in Star Wars young adult novels is on the nose and ham-handed as anything written by George Lucas. Quote, the Jedi are all about transcending things, Anakin reassures Mr. Sista. Let's call her Twisted Sister, shall we? I don't think we can complain if you transcended gender. The Daily Mail rounded up some fans' reactions, and it's awesome. Quote, I remember when Star Wars used to be about space wizards, epic adventures, lightsaber combat. Now it's this. Wow, my friends and I were just talking about what could save the franchise, and this wasn't it. Quote, he literally has the trans flag on his armor. This is supposed to be a galaxy far, far away, not California, and more. Is anyone else wondering how bad it can get? We keep hitting levels where I say, surely this is the lowest that Star Wars will go, and then they blow right past it next day, like it's nothing. Another. What happened to the franchise I love? This would have read like a parody only 6 years ago, but now it's canon. And the favorite. This goes even beyond the pro-trans argument of what being trans is. This is a clone, identical in nature to Jango Fett and all other clones. This is meant to either clone by trans by choice, nurtured to be trans, or Jango Fett and all the other clones are trans by nature. The liars on the left want us to believe that transsexuals are victims of some biological issue that affect their physical gender. Therefore, gender is biologically fluid. Therefore, all of human history, until about 10 minutes ago, it was believed that transsexuals are either dealing with some form of mental illness, sexual kink, or social pressure. Guess which side I fall on? No? Go ahead. Guess. This is dumb and hilarious, patronizing Star Wars move to just paint the franchise into a corner that will only enrage those social justice warriors who live to be enraged. Is Twisted Sista a cloning mistake, or did Sista choose to identify as a chick? Either way, it's not acceptable. Me? I'm so done with Star Wars, and these stories come as a relief. When I first saw Star Wars back in '77, no one told me I would have to make a 47-year commitment to this thing. Thankfully, the Disney grooming syndicate went woke and let me off the hook. Stories like this only bring more relief. Ever since the final 3 episodes of the movie franchise, you know, the one who introduced the wonderful and the all-powerful and mighty Rey, I'm not Luke Skywalker's relative, actually Palpatine's daughter, the franchise has gone in the shitter. Look at Disney Plus's shows. The Acolyte, anyone. Me, I said it before, I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. I know of it, but I'm not in it. But again, when you do stupid shit like this, and you know exactly who you're aiming for, the audience who you're aiming for, young adults who read graphic novels. Now me, I love graphic novels. You know, DC, Marvel, I have no problem with it as long as they're good stories. But I will catch from time to time a knucklehead storyline that puts shit in where it doesn't need to be. Again, like Star Wars, you're putting shit in where it doesn't need to be. But this is the world we live in. This is the Disneyverse that we live in. This is no longer George Lucas's Star Wars. This is Disney's Star Wars, Kathleen Kennedy's Star Wars. So, all you real Star Wars fans continue to move away from this shit, good for you. But for you knuckleheads, you know, who believe in trash like this, that is, you know, it's about time that we see some representation in the Star Wars universe. Again, let me bring up example A, the shitty Acolyte. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.